Alright, time to cover one of my favorite songs on the album, Political Bukkake. Yeah.
Never spit it out, keep me gagged and bound in the office like a new bill, just pass me around. Yeah.
We're gonna go over the intro now. The intro is very, very simple. Like a lot of these songs, they're simple but tricky, but this one's not actually that bad. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be going between playing an open A string and the notes on the D string. You're gonna start on the 7th fret of the D string and go down accordingly, like so. Not too weird rhythm-wise. It's gonna take a couple tries probably to get it. But once you get it, super easy to play. It's the only time it's really played throughout the song until I believe it comes in the outro as well. But that's really it. That's going to be the only time we play that part of the song. So now we're going to go into part 2 of the intro. This is where stuff is going to get a little complicated, being able to play everything in one smooth motion. But each part individually is very, very simple. So how it's going to begin is you're going to do 2 quick strums on an A chord, A power chord, with an open A string and your finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, just like that. You're gonna go with the rhythm, and you're gonna do that once every 4 beats. So 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. That's gonna be the rhythm that it's gonna take. In between 2 hits, in between 2 renditions of it, you're going to do a harmonic on the 5th fret of the high E, the B, and the G strings. Just like that. And it's going to sit in the mix of everything like this. Just like that. After the 2nd time you hit that chord, you're going to play that really quick and go back to the 3rd hit of that chord. Now, at the end of all that, you're going to end the rendition with a riff that goes like this. It's going to be starting with an open A string and following suit. Very simple. You're going to go 3, 5, and then on the E string, back on the A, and that's where it ends. It's going to basically restart. Everything all together is going to sound like this. That's it. There you have it. So now we're going to talk about the first verse of the song. Now it's going to be actually a very similar rendition to the 2nd half of the intro. The main difference is that instead of hitting the A chord twice in quick succession and then muting it, you're actually going to let it ring out when hitting it once. Then it's going to be followed by another hit of the harmonic on the 5th fret, and then you're going to do that same end riff at the end of the first rendition of the verse. And this is how it's going to go together. Like I said, as you can see, very, very similar. The 2 main differences is that the A chord, instead of being muted, is going to be held out, and the riff at the end of the rendition is actually going to be palm muted when you play it, like so. Instead of being held out open. Now, this is going to be the exact same thing in the 2nd verse, except you're going to be playing it double the amount of times. So the first verse, it's going to run through 4 times. In the 2nd verse, it's going to run through 8. So just keep that in mind when learning this, that you're going to be playing that bit for a little while come the 2nd verse, but it's not really too hard. It's a lot like the other parts in the songs that you'll be learning. It's more so about getting them down at first, but once you do, playing them in one smooth motion is not really that difficult. They're not too technical. It's just getting all the transitions down mainly. Next, we go into the pre-chorus. Now this part, like a lot of the other parts that you saw in the other tutorial, Orbit, that you'll see a little bit more of in the songs later in the album as you learn more of them. It's going to have a little bit of chromatic changes to it, but it's very, very simple. It starts on the 6th fret of the D string, and you're going to go down as follows. I'll play it for you right now. Now, I know it went a little fast there, but basically you're going to be starting on the 6th fret right here. You're going to go da 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 da, and on an A chord. You're going to do that a second time, except instead of going to the A chord, you're going to go back up to a D, and then up to an F, and then down to a low E, and then G to G sharp, and then it's going to go into the chorus. Time for the fun part. Time to get into the chorus. Now this one is going to be resting heavily on an open A string being played, the riff, but it's going to be done this way. So, as you can see, not too crazy, not too fast, very easy riff. So you're literally just going to go 6, 5, 3, and 3 on the low E, and then start again. So the second part of that, you're going to be starting on the D string, the 3rd fret of the D string. You're going to go 3, 4, 3, open, down to the A, 3, 5, 3, open, down to the 3rd fret of the low E, like so. Do that a few times, and then you're going to end it by doing a palm muted section on a low open E power chord. So all of that put together is going to look like this. That's it. You're just going to do those chokes on the E. 3, 4, and then you're going to go back into the intro, which is very, very simple, very, very easy transition. Alright, so now we're going to work on the rhythm guitars sitting underneath the guitar solo in that section of the song. Now, how this part is played, it's basically the same thing as the chorus with one difference. You don't stop doing the main riff. You just change the position of them. You're going to start in the main position with the open A string. Like I said, you're not doing any of the other side riffs, you're just going to be playing that straight through a few times. After you play that, I believe it's 4 times, you're going to transition to the open D string, where you'll be playing the exact same rendition, just in the D position. You're going to jump 2 steps down to the open E string. You're going to play A very similar rendition. The only difference is you're not going to be going down a string to play the final note. You're going to actually be playing on the 3rd fret of the open E string and bending it, like so. And then once you are done with that part, you're going to go right back up to the open A section, which will close out the guitar solo section. So all that put together is going to look like this. So now to close out this tutorial, we're going to go into the outro of Political Bukkake. This is, in my opinion, probably the funnest part of the song. So what you're going to be doing is, it's going to be kind of a variation of how the beginning of the intro was. It's the same idea, but a little bit different execution. So what you're going to be doing is, you're going to be doing basically a full bar chord starting on the A string, except you're only going to do the 3 notes on the D, the G, and the B string. And you're literally just going to be playing that for the chords in this part. So you're going to go 7, 5, 4, 3, and then it's going to be followed by a riff, which is on the, starting on the open D string, or sorry, open A string. So what you're doing is 7, 5, 5, 6, 5. And you're literally just doing that over and over until you end the song. So that part put together is going to look like this. KK Reaper will tell you if there's any like variations or anything he wants to do with that, but for the part of it, that is how that part goes. You're going to do that 3 times, and then you're going to end the orchestration and the arrangement by going a little bit further with the chords. So you're going to start on the 7th just like usual, but you're going to go down a little bit farther, like this. That's going to end the outro. So you're going to go 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then strum on the 1st fret until the end of the song. So all that put together for the full outro is going to sound and look like this. And there you have it. That is Political Bukkake.
This'll be our little secret. Only America's gotta know.